Phoenicians and Canaanites out of our lands, right? The bill that where you, I think you was breaking down how Joshua had ran the Canaanites and the Phoenicians out of our land, right? Now, if you go into the Torah,
You
into the
laugh,
book,
fam. Just to let you know.
okay, that's cool.
All right.
Now, I'm finna pull out, you know what I'm saying, the Apocrypha, you know what I'm saying, and go to the book of Joshua, right? Now, in the book of Joshua, it breaks down how even everything us being original and the tribes in the Torah, even into what we would consider Indian today, in chapter 4, uh 4 verse 1 through 7, right? And it breaks down everything in description of what you were saying when you were reading from the certain, you know, ancient stuff that you had with Joshua, right? And I want to read it real quick. It says, and it came about that as soon as the whole nation had completed passing over Jordan, Utah, you know, we know the Jordan River in Utah, right? Yahuwah proceeded to say to Joshua, take for yourselves 12 men from the people, one man from each tribe, and
Yep.
command them, saying, take up for yourselves from that very middle of the Jordan, from the place where the priest's feet stood motionless, 12 stones, and you must carry them over with you and deposit them in the lodging place in which you will lodge tonight. So Joshua called 12 men whom he had appointed for the sons of Israel, one man from each tribe. And Yahshua went on to say to them, pass ahead of the ark of Yahuwah, your creator, to the middle of the Jordan, and lift up for yourselves each one stone upon his shoulder, according to the number of the tribes of the sons of Israel, in order that this may serve as a sign in your midst, in case your sons should ask in time to come, saying, why do you have these stones? You must also say to them, because the waters of the Jordan were cut off from before the ark of Yahuwah's covenant, when it come to pass through the Jordan waters of the Jordan were cut off, and these stones must serve as a memorial to the sons of Israel to the time indefinite. Now, guess what? It makes sense that the stones that they carried, the 12 stones, how many stones they got in the birthstone calendar, you know, the scholastics and shit? 12 birthstones, right?
Yep.
But it also describes even deeper to where these being a memorial indefinite being. Have anybody ever looked up how many Olmec heads? Hmm.
Mm.
Hmm. These are things that,
So we got stone fears in Costa Rica. These large stone fears. They don't know how they build them and stuff, but they're all over the country here. Oh, they're like the size of the Olmec heads, but they're perfectly round, spherical rocks. Like they don't know how the hell
oh
they made them,
yeah,
but
the ones that's like real smooth. I seen like
yeah,
a video about them. Like they're like you put water on them, you'll fall off of it.
yeah, it's perfect. They can't you can't replicate it today.
Yep. Peace, Rihanna. Yeah.
So
So
yeah, I was just oh okay.
Hey, Ab, you gotta mute your mic when everybody else talking because it's an echo. I don't know if you can get rid of it, but yeah, it's an echo.
I was muted. I
Talk
was muted.
Yeah, so Ty wanted me to shout out or wanted us to shout out Reina Leona for being the first in the chat. Peace.
Shout out to the Empress.
peace.
So I just want to read what I was reading from well again Drewly's own words, right, about that Joshua part. So he said that the industrious acts of the Muslims of the northwest and southwest Africa, these are the Moabites, Hamites, Canaanites who were driven out of the land of Canaan by Joshua and received permission from the pharaohs of Egypt to settle in that portion of Egypt. In later years, they formed themselves kingdoms. These kingdoms are called to this day Morocco, Algiers, Tunis, and Tripoli. All right. So if everybody's supposed to be Moors, then who's this Joshua guy that's running them out? Who's his family, according to Joel Lee, right?
That's a powerful piece. That
That's from Joel
coincides.
Lee's own words, and that's what they teach each other. And to the Moors, Joshua's an enemy.
Right. And see, the Moors don't want to accept that. They want to believe that, no, we American. Hold on. Now, if y'all
But
saying y'all
but you
Moors,
know
we
what the
got to
crazy
check
thing
that.
is, right? Is that you were pointing out that how he picked one member out of each tribe. There's 12 tribes, right? That's where they get the story in the allegorical New Testament of Jesus talking about his 12 disciples. They taken
Right.
it from Joshua, but then
Yep.
you got Drew Ali talking about Jesus, but then he's talking about Joshua bad. So you know, it's there's a whole
Oh,
hijack and confusion there.
ooh, ooh. Another reason to prove that they sell out. Because you got to look at it in a deeper manner now. When they wrote about the Jesus, they didn't know about the Jesus. And see, the Jesus wasn't Jesus or Iosos, like they say Jesus come from. It was a person that was here. And they got ancient stories about him doing the same thing, kind of like Yahshua did.
Yeah, so I mean, the Mormons call him Quetzalcoatl, and you know, you got to study Quetzalcoatl and who he
Oh,
really
yeah,
was.
yeah. See, I know about Quetzalcoatl, you know what I'm saying? I know about Montezuma. I know about a lot of stuff, even down to Moshikas. And see, the thing is, even when they go into the Moshika, a lot of people didn't look back into the Moshe and Moshika. That's why they, still go with Moses, but that's cool. Okay, we'll go with the word Moses. Now, in ancient writings outside of the Torah and stuff, it got stuff talking about how Mansa Musa was connected to Moshe. And it makes sense because him being the so-called richest man to ever exist on earth, how did Moshe go from um, you know, what was it? Utah. Go from there through the Grand Canyon to Egypt. Go through Egypt and go to Jerusalem, Peru, to get all of the Israelites and bring them back. It took a financial situation to be able to do that with 1,000 plus people, right? So it kind of collaborates real well. That's crazy. Yeah, I didn't know Noble Drawley wrote that though. I need to get a copy of that, man. That right there, he got some.
Well,
He telling
that's
the
the
truth.
thing. Like that's the thing. What I'm saying is he was very specific. Is what I'm trying to show my more videos. He was very specific who he's talking about when we're talking about Moors and their history and how they got to Africa and how all these Phoenicians started traveling because they were over here. All of a sudden they say, "Oh, Phoenicians started traveling." Nah, they got kicked out of here. He tells you straight up in the circle around they were seeking new homes because Joshua
Yeah.
kicked them out.
And if they were rulers, why would they have to get permission?
Exactly.
Yo, I'm a king, man, but can I chill over there in my own spot in my own land? Come on, man. It don't make
So
any
they'll
sense.
say something like well, you know, don't you ask your relatives for permission to go to their property? And you know, we'll answer, well, yeah, but that doesn't mean you're gonna come and take my house just because you're my relative.
Yeah, I mean, when you ask a relative to visit, you don't move a house onto the land. That would be crazy. Like, yeah, man, I'm gonna come and visit you, man. Then he show up with a whole trailer house and trailer home, and he just ended up getting loaded there in the semi take off. And you like, hold up, dog. You say you coming to visit for a little bit, man. I ain't think you was. What you gonna do with that? I'm gonna stay here for a minute, man. I got my own crib, so you say I can chill. Like, nah, no, you just park that in my driveway, a big old trailer home. You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't work that way. You know what I'm saying? That's why I mentioned the word allotment, because they had, like most people don't know about the Allotment Act that happened in 1886 or 87. And the Allotment Act was a commission allotment act where that was a part of them Germans coming here. It's contract evidence and tangible evidence to prove that the Native Americans and all of them recently got here and not been here for no 500 years. Hell no. It's called the 1893 Commission Act of 1887. I got it right here in front of me. You can actually Google that, Kurimeo, and pull that up on the screen. But then you can also pull up the Zodiac Constitution, where these Moors had once again sold us out again to try to get in position. People don't know about that Zodiac Constitution. They hide from that. The Moors don't even know about it. I'm like, how y'all not gonna know about a Constitution y'all sold out us again on, even when y'all was welcome to live in our lands and shit as a guest, motherfucker? Yeah, it's called the Zodiac Constitution. It was by the Moorish nation. That's probably something that Noble Drew Ali has something to do with, bro.
So somebody mentioned Serapis in the chat, and my Thoth videos. Eventually, Thoth became known as one. That was one of his epithets, and the first Christians were actually worshiping Serapis, the first so-called Christians. And so you got this dude named Serapis Bey. If you Google it right now, you'll see all the crazy shit that comes up. But this dude's real name, AKA, he was a master Mason Egyptian, added from and his real name was Jamal something Afghani. And this dude taught Noble Drew Ali, Blavatsky, Aleister Crowley, and many other who started their own kind of like followings and religions and stuff. So there's a pattern going on here.
Hey, that's where you get the movies Lord of the Rings from. These cats became sorcerers. That's what it was. They went and learned magic. Like, I think it was Aboriginal power or Aboriginal a Tonkinist one that said that they ain't never seen magic performed in front of them. I have a lot of times, and what it is it's a conjuring of a demon energy that can manipulate the point of time. Like the way I would explain it is it's a demon energy that know how to warp our realm. And that's why everybody that does sorcery and magic with the powers that be, they actually admit to conjuring and calling upon demon energies to help them with their performances.
Yeah.
There
I
goes
mean, you guys
Marv.
know Marvin the Martian, right?
Hell yeah, that's my dude right there, man. I'm
So you
gonna
see, he
go
got the
ahead
Roman
and
gear, the
zap
Greek Spartan Roman gear. You know,
him.
so I mean,
And
Roman Catholic Empire.
they telling you who the Romans was. Look how dark he is. I ain't say black, he dark. The Romans was dark. That's why you can pull up a lot of Roman, ancient Roman statues, and you'll see that they were dark skinned people. People be, oh man, Roman sent to be. Roman were dark skinned people. Roman were colored, were melanated people. Shit, the Greeks and all of them were melanated people.
Oh yeah, man, Medicine Man did a great video today. Put it up.
Oh, he did?
Yep.
I gotta check that out, man. I be, man, like when I'm working, man, sometimes I don't even get to see the new videos, man, and the whole day until I get home from work and shit. Like, damn, miss some good shit. Especially a lot of lives that be going on during the early days, man. I remember Chief Holiday used to have them early builds and shit. Them motherfuckers, I used to be at work listening to them shit. Yeah, man. Shout out to the Medicine Man, man. He be dropping some jewels, man. Shout out to Medicine Man. Shout out to everybody, man. All the originals, what I'm saying? That be dropping videos. Everything helps, man. Every effort helps. Every conversation, question, everything helps. Yo, Lotus, where you at, B? Yo, Chief, where you at, B? Yo, Kurimeo, they didn't got quiet on the live on us, man. Don't tell me they fell asleep, man. Yo, Aboriginal TV.
Yeah.
But yeah, man.
Yeah, I'm still here. I'm still here. I'm just eating.
Yeah,
I
I'm in.
think.
Yeah, I was just in the chat room. I'm
Oh,
listening, man. Yeah, man, it's just so much, y'all. It's just crazy. Um, you know, I think I don't think I know that we know that majority of the United States, right, didn't become the United States until after the 1800s. So we have to start asking questions like, okay, well, why are we only given, only coming from a British perspective? And y'all gotta understand that, a British perspective, right? And I just talked about this in a movie called Mohawk, right? Now, the British guy who has a Mohawk wife, the Mohawk wife brings him to the people, whatever he's talking to the matriarch or whatever. She's like, nah, we not feeling fighting for the British against the Americans. I'm like, well, the Americans? What is he talking to? The Mohawks are the Americans. See how they can, it's all social, political, economics. That's it. We got tricked out our birthright, man. This is what it is. And most of it is just the switch has to happen inside you. It cannot happen outside of us. And collectively we can work together and do certain things to change what's going on. Now I like the fact that they're talking about the 1866 Civil Rights Bill. And we just can get into all these things, but we have to go into it in a different way. So we're talking about discrimination, right? Now we start talking about, well, can you prove that this is the only reason why they didn't give you the job, right? Was because of your skin tone. Can you imagine that? How many times we have filled out applications or did certain things and got turned down for bank loans or whatever the case may be, right? So, and if we go to them and say, well, it's because of my color, blah, 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 right? And they're going to say, well, nah, it's your credit score, this happened right here, you don't have enough history of this and that and the third. So and that's essentially what's going on with this Byron Allen case. So people are saying, well, if he loses this case right here, then we all are going to be fucked up. So, nah, B. You know what I'm saying? We are not losing any rights, right? You know what I'm saying? And also, if you're joining tribes and you're doing certain things or whatever, I'm coming from Janet Jackson's perspective. What have you done for me lately? I need restitution. I need reparation. You know what I'm saying? That's what we need. We need to be tax-free, tax-exempt, and don't ever count us ever again in life. That's what we need. And that's just it. That's it. And that way we can collect our own tax codes and tax dollars or whatever and invest them back into our community. Fuck all that talking. Why? Like we can talk, bro. We talk all this history shit and all this etymology shit, and we never talk business. Shout out to Marlon Pierre, man, came through last night, bro. It was a great build. Yeah, we're gonna be definitely launching that after probably Friday, probably doing Black Friday. And see how that thing, do the I forgot what he called it, but kind of like the mock joint, you know what I'm saying? To kind of for everybody, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm really gonna do it. So if anybody else want to do it, then we do it or whatever. But so people can kind of see what it would look like for you. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man. So like I said, man, we gotta start talking business, man. What does this mean? What would you raise your money for? You know what I'm saying? And those are the type of things, collectively you can raise money for stuff, but individually, you should be definitely raising something for you and your family. So I think we don't talk business enough, y'all. And not necessarily we have to tell our business, because people are listening. People are saying, damn, that's a great idea. Let me take that. You know what I'm saying? Who have millions of dollars of budgets and stuff like that. Similar to the Black Panthers Party back in the days. You know what I'm saying? Well, somebody gave them the funding to have the free lunch program or the free breakfast program, right? Somebody funded that outside the community. That's the problem that we're having. We have plenty of funding inside the community. So let's use that and stop asking for outside help to help us build. That's the damn problem, because once they help you, not only they spying, they own it because they gave you the damn money. That's how they work.
hey, I would love to compliment that right there, man. The latest, input. You know what I'm saying? I've been dealing, I stay in contact with Mama Chief, but I'm gonna work on getting these sewing machines right. And remember with the Project Tomahawk, I didn't kind of included that and put those two in sync. Remember Ty when we was talking about getting that together, we was trying to figure out how to create something that can be financially supporting it on top of using grants, right? She got a plug to where we can get some leather sewing machines. So if we can get these leather sewing machines, at least two or three of them, we can automatically create something that can be financially stupid because not only just will you be able to be creating like Aboriginal or indigenous entire, you can be also having people coming in and you can be having people learning how to start doing upholstery and redoing interior. What y'all think about that?
I think there's a lot of things that we could be doing. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. Like I said, it's so much I want to say, but I don't want to say. You know what I'm saying? But we definitely getting it together, y'all. Like I said, I'm really excited, really am. You know what I'm saying? And just for the future, you know what I'm saying, and all the things that's going on. And I know we said this before, but y'all know we're changing the world. Like, let's don't let nobody fool you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I literally ducked into to see what Trump was doing, bro, and I'm just listening to this dude. He had called in to Fox and Friends, right? And like I said, it's a shit show. While politics are shit shows right now. They talking insurrections, they talking coups, they talking real crazy right now, y'all.
Hey, hey, Chief.
Yeah,
Look on the screen what Kurimeo got, yo. The Luxor, he was the leader of the Brotherhood, the Freemasons, the Luxor in Nevada, uh Vegas, then up under that it says acting as Grand Master of the Freemasons of Egypt. Uh, would that be an outskirt of Egypt?
well, Sheldon Adelson owns the Luxor. A few other things like the niche and some other shit, right?
Right. And you know that the Luxor is actually built on top of something else too. Have you been in the Luxor? Because I
Yeah,
stayed in one of the rooms that got one of them angles to where your whole wall is just flat going down on the angle like a 45-degree.
yeah, no, it's definitely a fly situation. Your room, you looking out the window and you can tell that the window, is like coming at an angle. Yeah, it's dope. I can't front on that. But I don't know about it. Man, they built it on our land. It's all this sacred land. You know what I'm saying? So,
So my question would be to you, Chief.
yeah.
Have you ever figured out what's empowering that solar light?
Hey
Hmm.
chief,
Probably
we
the
got
generators in the line. Huh?
hey chief, we got the Arawak council of Jamaica up in the building too. You can tell everybody to go subscribe there too.
That's right. Shout out to them. Subscribe to everybody, man. That's what y'all do.
No, they can't hear me. They can't hear me. I was gonna see if you
I
can
know. Hey,
talk.
shout out to
The
the Arawak
Arawak Nation.
Council. Shout out to Arawak Council. Ty Data, I can't hear him. He was just talking about that. Shout out to Arawak Council, man.
Subscribe.
Subscribe to everybody. Yeah, man. Subscribe to everybody, man. But definitely subscribe to the Arawak Council. And like I said, man, shout out to everybody in the chat room, man. We definitely appreciate everything. Yeah, no, I'm saying though, bro, like whether it's Project Tomahawk, whether it's the Universal Media, what it takes funding, y'all, to do what we gotta do, y'all. You understand what I'm saying? It really takes,
Yeah.
and I know people don't really understand that part of it. You know what I mean? Like really, I don't think that we really do. You know what I'm saying? Collectively, we can do something. And like I said, I was very impressed already, but just definitely hearing, Marlon come into the Lions Den, man, and really hold his own, man. I think it's dope. And like I said, man, we gotta learn how to start moving and different. You know what I'm saying? And really start having plans. Like in your community, there's a Chinatown. Why is it not an Aboriginal town there?
Right.
A business sector. Like, well, okay, we say, okay, well, we can start out with one thing and then keep adding and keep adding, keep adding and keep adding.
Hey, you know what, Chief?
That's what they did. Yeah, bro.
Hey, Chief. And everybody on the panel, I want to get y'all opinion on this. Me personally, I think we should start building our nation with our people that's coming into the truth by calling ourselves original. What do you guys think?
Well, that I mean, I don't have a problem with original American stuff like that or whatever. I really don't. And we've had people to say, well, don't use ab because it's taking you away from the original, and nah. You know what I'm saying?
Because I just read for you where the Crown of Britain owns that title. Period.
Owns what title?
Aboriginal, Aborigine. They own it. They got it in 1763. It was transferred to them. The First Nations, the sellouts, the ones that Spanish Inquisition caused it, bro.
Right, but we're not calling ourselves Aborigines as a nation or as a race of people, bro. That's just a description.
But what I'm saying is we can call ourselves a nation and a race of people by the original American. Because an American national is an original American. That's what people don't get.
So if a person is born here and he's Chinese descent, he's a American national too, right?
No. Hell no.
Why not?
Hell no.
Huh?
Hell no, because not only am I a national by
That's
that.
Native American.
Yeah, that's a native, but yeah, that's a native. He's born on the land.
Native Americans are born in America. I'm saying if somebody's born in America, they have the exact same rights that we have. Period. So as original Americans, I want some extra shit, and that's what I'm saying. So somebody got to start explaining why I'm not getting $40,000 a month.
I need some extras too, Chief.
Tax deductible. Like, we got to start asking real questions, right? Like, fuck the UN. The UN ain't handing out checks. Like, who's handing? Like, who do we need to be talking to? We know this is the Department of Interior, Social Security Office, things like that. Well, we need to start making moves. Like, who's here? What's going on? And this is what we're doing. And these are the people that are petitioning for our people. We want to change this African American fallacy away from our people. And every time somebody say African American out their fucking mouth, Black Americans, anything, it should be lawsuits. They should be so fucking scared to say African Americans, bro. Listen, I was listening.
That's where we should start.
I was listening to Yvette Carnell reading Puffy, Sean P. Diddy Combs' tweets, and he's talking about the unfairness of Comcast. And I'm like, what the fuck? Nigga, ain't you half a billionaire or close to a billionaire right now? Y'all still understand?
Most influential Black nationalists.
Prescription and blah, 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 blah. Nigga, what are we talking about? I would have never went to Comcast in the first place, Puffy. Fuck is wrong with you? It's like, okay, I'm a billionaire, but I'm about to go do a YouTube channel. What? Nigga, I'm about to start YouTube. Fuck is wrong? This is why y'all so fucking weak right here. Y'all asking these people to do something. Okay, well, guess what? ESPN is ABC, right? They got millions of people. So it's a business. Don't look at it like, okay, that has nothing to do with your color, Puffy. That has something to do with your business. See what I'm saying? See, once again, we got to stop pushing the black card too much. So Puffy's talking, right? She's reading his tweets, right? He's talking. First thing he did, us African Americans. There you go. It's over. We're done. Didn't he get his motherfucking genealogy done and find out he's not no fucking African? Why you keep?
No, he got a stimulus check by saying that.
Fuck that nigga, man. Fuck, man. We not African. That's the fucking problem. That's our fucking problem. I'm hot, nigga. I ain't no motherfucker. Don't speak for me. Don't speak for our motherfucking people. We not no fucking African Americans. Stop calling us African. Now, goddamn, we're gonna be nice about it, but at some point, nigga, it's a problem. Every time I hear this out y'all, fuck anybody motherfucking mouth, nigga. Don't call us motherfucking African. Period. Put some motherfucking respect on our ancestors' motherfucking name. How hard is that? How hard is that?
That's true. That's true, Chief. That's true.
Fuck is wrong with y'all? Africans don't even call them Africans. It's the easiest concept ever. Stop slandering us. Stop disrespecting us. That's all you got to do. And so that's what we're talking about. So anytime I hear somebody doing it, there should be consequences. Every time. I don't give a fuck if you tweet the shit, nigga. You tweet the African American. Okay.
You gotta let them be African Americans because they might be African Americans.
Bro, no, Puffy speaks for too many people. If you're not educated enough in 2019 not to call yourself African American, they need to shut your motherfucking Twitter account down. Shut your motherfucking Instagram account down. Every motherfucking time you say the wrong motherfucking thing about our people, your shit should get shut the fuck down. How about that? Fuck is y'all talking about?
Chief, what I'm saying is though, he might be talking about his people, not our people.
He talking for everybody.
Nah, because you gotta pay attention to even when these colored, these melanated people get into these entertainment positions, man. Is lineage connected?
Well, nah, but I understand what Chief's saying though. Like these people got to be addressed, and it has to be fucking held to the highest level of sensitivity. Like
every time.
I agree 100% because they are not respecting our ancestors, and every time you use that term, you potentially misleading and misinforming our youth. Like and that's an act of war, nigga.
Yes, true.
So
That's true.
we should take it as an act of war. I digress.
But what I'm saying is like the thing is, man, because of this grand awakening has happened and started like 2012, 2013. This grand awakening of all the lost ancient souls is back in body again. We got to allow our souls to do more of what they call the thinking with the mind instead of the brain. So, even like to be honest, man, I look at it as it's our duty to make sure the ones under our roof know, even if they don't want to hear it, force it on them enough under your roof to know. So when they go out, then it'll reflect, even if they don't tell you, they tell their friends, yeah, I'm American Indian. But they probably won't even act like they listening to you, but they absorbing everything you saying. And so it's upon our duty to make sure our roots and lineage and our trace go back to knowing who they are. And we can't depend on changing a world of colored people because all these colored folks ain't our kinfolk.
I agree. I don't think we should be trying to change or save any motherfucking body. I think that it's crunch time at this point. And like Chief is saying, we got to do, if we don't do nothing else, we got to honor our motherfucking ancestors. And every time we allow just these little things slide by, eventually they're gonna become big things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I agree.
I pose this thought to the community, like if we really serious about building and creating something, then we need to get serious about our everyday lives and how we let people address us, what we allow within our own realities, because that's, like you just said, that's where it starts. So if you don't have a problem with the term African American, then you can't scream when your child or your son or daughter begins to internalize their energy towards that. And if we don't act accordingly and don't put forth the energy and effort to address these things in whatever nature it needs to be addressed to get the fucking point, then we can't complain about our people being in this fucking mind control status if we're not willing to put forth the effort to identify the issues and then fix the issue. So this is where we at right now. It's time to fix some shit. Go ahead.
The reason that I said that, AB, is because like my kids and all of my nieces and nephews, all of them growing up right now, knowing that they what tribe they grannies is from, they knowing everything about themselves. My kids, all of my lineage, my cousins, all of my little cousins, all of them, they all know. And see, it's not just because of what the parents have installed in them, because that's what they grew up knowing. You know, it's a genetical thing, to where when they say genetics, people don't realize genetics is a energy that's passed down. That's why it's a habitual energy, which means habit, which means that a grandfather or a great grandfather can just have a habit of doing something, and the great grandson that never met him can have that same habit and never met him. So what it is we can't, like I was trying to tell the Morris, we don't want y'all to try to influence us to become nothing, because our soul already gave us the sign of who the fuck we are. It doesn't go
So
outside.
Zo,
It go
so Zo,
outside.
so you
Hold on,
saying if you ain't
hold on.
vibrating to this frequency, then you ain't of me?
Period. That's why the Moors don't vibrate with us, because they're not of us. They're not. The energy is not going to connect. You gonna connect with your people because you connected with them thousands of years ago. The same people that's on this panel right now, we were in cahoots thousands of years ago.
Yeah, I
Something,
know me and
something.
Chief was goddamn hitting the
Facts,
peace pipe
facts.
laughing. I already know.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, we was raiding, we was doing raids, all types of shit, scapping, hunting.
You know we was
Hey,
sharpening up
hey,
them machetes, nigga.
I'm not about to sit on here and act like we all about to be getting along, having fun. Nah, man, we got a whole bunch of people who got to scap, and they gonna look like us. I'm sorry. So
oh yeah, and I'm agreeing with that,
it is
Chief.
what it is, man. Cause some niggas is such traitors, man. Like, let's just keep this real, bro. Like, these are the words that we need to start associating with you traitors. Like, this is what it is. You're traitors.
Right,
Like,
right.
Treasonous, treason.
But what I was saying
Facts,
is, hey Chief, what I was saying is basically,
facts.
Chief, is that you can tell who your people is even in the back chats, because they start when see, the thing is, our people are God genes, which truth is a magnet to them, and they don't even know why they want to hear more of the truth. Now you got the ones that's toxic, which is not of our gene but pretend to be, or want to know what's going on or why everybody's over here. They come in with distortion energy. So that's why when you get in like battles and debates and all that going on, that's because somebody's energy is not balancing with the rest of the channel, which is the people on the panel channeling, not the actual YouTube channel, the energy. That's all.
That's truth. That's true for real though. And I see a bunch of correlations when we get to talking that shit, start channeling the ancestors' energy. It fucks with a lot of different frequencies when it comes to, this computers and shit like that. Like we seem
And
to
the
get cut
ancient
off a
line, we
lot.
call them demon or jinn. You know what I'm saying? AB, we call them demons or jinn. And that energy is an energy that's within the soul itself. And I'm not saying all people that be battling and debating us are demons. No, it's an energy, which
Oh
means
no, I get it. It's just
mhm,
some niggas born with a bitch nigga gene, and they just
yep,
can't
yep.
get it out of.
That's why you got to snitch on every block. Kurimeo, man, I've been reading what you've been putting up there. You've been moving them so fast. I get some good shit out of there, then you move it to another one. I'm like, slow down, brother. Let me read for 15 seconds. What's that, Caramel? Oh, that's some more Noble Drew Ali shit. In 1501, Spain lifted the early ban on the slave trade and permitted Africans to go to the new to the new
Yeah,
world. Wow.
yeah.
To, no, to this new Spanish lands.
So right here, this is just talking about, because we think Christians and we're all pale skin, and it was just Christians coming over here and making us become Christians and taking our land and all that. But that's wishful thinking. I actually, man, 'cause a lot of different groups were involved in coming over here, financing, providing military, soldiers, everything. Um, and especially in the 1400s, in 1492, the same year Columbus came over here, right? Him and his buddies.
Hey, I was just gonna
Months
tell you,
before the Moors
Caramel.
and the Jews got kicked out of Spain.
Hey,
So
I was just gonna
a lot
tell
of these
you,
people
put a
had
six
nothing.
where that four is at. Where that four is
Yeah,
at,
go
put
ahead.
a six right there. Because it's 200 years off, or about 180 years off. But if you put a six right there, that calculates with everything we was talking about. Like 1692, that's when they got kicked out. They made it here. Well, they started getting together in the 1700s. About time the 1800s. See, Columbus didn't come over here in the 1500s. He didn't even make it to the islands in that time. And that's why when they be saying that 1400 type shit, they try to predate themselves into that's what they call grafting. But go ahead, read that. That's beautiful.
Hmm. Yeah, so what it says here is that the Moors were defeated by the Spaniards who stayed were forcibly converted to Catholicism and became known as Moriscos or Marranos, while others were enslaved. The Spaniards began sending Moriscos or Moors with their expeditions to the New World. The Moriscos were among the first discoverers of the New World. Who? The Moors, right? Well, it says the Moriscos, they came to the New World as explorers, navigators, soldiers, servants, and slaves. All right, so we know they weren't exploring shit. These are conquistadors. They had a plan, them diversos. So what they try to tell us, a Moor will say, well, they came here as slaves. Like they had no choice. But that's false, man. A lot of these captains, a lot of the navigators, a lot of the ship, the ones that were navigating the ships, these were all Moors. A lot of the Spaniards, most of the Iberia, the Iberian Peninsula that's all Moorish. Portugal and Spain, that was all Moorish
Hey,
at
Kurimeo,
that
just one
time.
quick second.
And these
Is that why when Black's Law Dictionary specifies or they talk about the term free white persons, it speaks about all those different social constructs from the Iberian Peninsula, as well as I think they said Moors from Spain as being considered free white persons.
Yep.
yes, and I actually read that yesterday in one of the Moor books. They were in their history. They were coming with them. They were when they got here. They were free white people, free white persons. Of course.
Right. So
Yes,
now
because
we
it was a
starting to
status thing.
see.
It wasn't really complexion like that.
Now we starting to see. So like Caramel said, all the Romans was melanated. They was Moors. The motherfuckers they was sending over here was
Yep,
Moors.
yep, yep.
Uh, so I'm just trying to figure out. And you just read how the Moors came to the New World. So they didn't like. I'm still trying to figure out where does Moor become indigenous. It seems like they saw the loophole early and tried to get in, right? And assume our identities being melanated and uh similar phenotype and knowing the culture, maybe even being genetically connected. It seems like the Moors tried to be the first ones to assume the identity of the indigenous peoples, and then maybe were successful, and then open up the doorway for the other types of people from the other lands to come and do the same thing. I want y'all opinions.
I want Caramel to finish reading that because I read a little bit, but the pictures is the emojis is covering it. But that's powerful right there. What you touched on, Caramel, kill that.
Yeah, no, you gotta prove to me, like when you hear about these conquistadors. Well, even Columbus, man, because that's a made up name, the whole Christopher, that's the Christ bearer, like who was this dude really, and who, what was his real name, and that's something they're hiding in history. But a lot of people say he was a convert, he was a Morano convert, Moriscos, and these dudes were heavily involved in the whole what do you call it what's it call it at the conquest or
The Spanish
discovery or whatever they
Inquisition,
called it.
the
Um,
Inquisition.
yeah, all that. Yeah, all that, man. Hernan Cortez, Pizarro, all these people. You got to prove to me they were pale skinned. Because that area, in reality, in history, those are all Moors. Most of them in that area was all Moors.
Yup, dark Phoenicians and Canaanites.
Yeah. So we go back to way before that, right? When they're saying that they were actually kicked out of here long ago, before that by Joshua, right? They were the Canaanites, they were the Moabites. So somehow, well, in the Bible story, right, they say that they actually went to a lot they weren't supposed to. They like Shem's lot. They were like, yo, I like that lot, man. It's fertile, it's nice, it's not too cold, it's not too hot. I like it there. I'm gonna go settle there. And then that's the whole point of Joshua kicking them out. That's the thing they don't tell. They don't go that back. They only start out when they got kicked out, but they don't explain why they got kicked out and why they were seeking new homes and why they had to ask for permission to settle somewhere else. Because that land wasn't theirs. There was a contract allotment, like you said earlier, and they went to the one they weren't supposed to. They had their own allotment over there with Ham. Ham got his own. The Ham Canaanites, whatever you want to call them. I'm just using the references of the Bible, right? But they had their own lot, you know, by contract, and that's what I think that's when they're getting the whole. They're saying that they were here first, but they got kicked out of here because they weren't supposed to be here in the first place.
That's crazy because I'm right here on that, and I could break that down right here in Deuteronomy. It's in the Torah. It was from Moshika, Quasi Koto. You know what I'm saying? It says right here, these are the words of the covenant of Yahuwah commanded Moshe to conclude with the sons of Israel in the land of Moab, aside from the covenant that he had concluded with him in Horeb. And Moses proceeded to call all Israel to say to them, you were the ones seeing all that Yahuwah did before your eyes in the land of Egypt to Pharaoh and all his servants and to all his lands. The great provings that your eyes saw, those great signs and miracles. And yet Yahuwah has not given you a heart to know and your eyes to see and your ears to hear down to this day. While I kept guiding you for 40 years in the wilderness, your garments did not wear out upon you, and your sandals did not wear out upon your feet. Bread did not eat, and the wine intoxicating you did not liquor. What he's saying is basically, he tried to explain to these people for 40 fucking years, and they still didn't get it. So how are we going to try to explain to them that they're foreigners to this day? That's Deuteronomy 29, verse 1. That was the first verse in 29.
Yeah. So if you look at a map of a Maxim according to the Moors, you'll see that it says Ham and Cush all over the world, Ham and Cush. In
Where
Canaan.
do they get those titles from if they're not in the Torah?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. You damn right, brother. You killing them with that shit because y'all calling it Ham and Kush and all of that, which are more shit. Okay, where did the Ham and Kush come from? It came from here with the ancient carvings and out of the Apocrypha in the Papavu. Moors be pretending. They know law though. I mean, I can give it to them on that. You know what I'm saying? Like, law is a good thing that they do, possess, but
Well,
don't
they
forget.
helped build this laws,
They
this
how they
corporation, this
let me
government.
ask you a
So
question.
of course they
How
should be experts at it.
how they know law and they still using social statuses and shit that still don't give them the so-called sovereign rights that an indigenous person is born with.
Not all of them that claim they're more actually know law. A lot of them are still learning and ready to stand up and fight for something. So you get these young boys that be pretending like they Moors and haven't really dug deep enough to know where that shit come from and know that it's all is magic. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you don't have to if you just trying to move as a legal fiction and learn how to move in this
Oh no, you don't.
corporation.
Yeah, you're right.
Yep.
And like Kurimeo said, it's easy for them to move, or easier for them to move in this corporation, knowing they helped institute it. I bet that name does
I
ring
mean, I read
bells.
it on my video, man. Touch Tariq. They're letting you know that the Great Seal, the front and back, the eagle and the one in the pyramid is there. Is theirs, the ancient Moabite emblem. That's theirs, and then in the back is the Albions or Europeans. And they made one union. They made one union. They confederate together to create this government, this corporation, and that's why in their cards they say, "I am a citizen of the USA" in capital letters of the corporation.
What?
One nation
Yeah,
under
their
God.
ID
Take
card
your
says
shit.
that. ID card says that.
I never ever knew that.
Tell them to show. Tell one of them to show you, man.
Wow, I never knew that.
So they selling sovereignty that says they're a citizen on it.
Yep, that's in the Circle Seven Quran too. Like, actually, I got it up right now. Let me just show y'all guys. Let me just read it. All right, you can see it, right? So it says, when an initiate became a full member of the cult, he was given a card slightly larger than a calling card, which bore the following inscription. It says, Unity, which is Islam, replica of the Star and Crescent, replica of the clasped hands, and replica of the seven, Allah. It says, and this is what it says on their card. This is like quoted right from the card. It says, this is your nationality and identification card for the Moorish Science Temple of America, and birthrights for the Moorish Americans, etc. We honor the divine prophets Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha, Confucius. May the blessings of the God and our Father Allah be upon the that who carry this card. I do hereby declare that you are a Muslim under the divine laws of the Holy Quran of Mecca, love, truth, and peace, freedom, and justice. I am a citizen of the USA, and that's in capital letters. That was in their IDs.
It's scalping season. It's scalping season. Wait a minute. Hold on.
It really is, man. It really is, y'all. It's getting so bad now, y'all. Like, this is getting funny. Because the only thing is, they be like Islam, right? So Islam to me is Muslim. And then they be like Muslim. Don't play these goddamn games. Because the same way that y'all put more and myrrh and all that, when it's time to be a Muslim or a Muslim, y'all got to have these differences and all this other dumb shit. But that was a religion that was given to you. It was a conqueror's religion. Let's be clear. Just like Christianity, just like Hebrewism, it was a conqueror's religion. So that would be my own thing. Did they bring that to you? Did your ancestors already have that? Or did somebody bring it to you? And that's what, bro. It's not even for argument on my. I'm almost like, this is definitely my last time talking about it. This is embarrassing. It hurts feelings. Like, and I like some of the Moors. You know what I'm saying? I like all of them, but you know what I mean. I like them, man, and they have brought something valuable to the table. We can't act like they haven't. However, it wasn't theirs. It was ours.
And that's why we got the problem.
He just went and got indoctrinated outside the culture and started to look away from our land. He's from this land.
Chief, just like all the niggas who was sent to college and went away and got degrees and thought they were smart.
That's an absolute fact, bro. Like, I came home, like, I'm like, my girl, I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I done found out something new. Grandma, we from Africa. She's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, I've been telling you since you could remember who you were. We know our tribes, we got our own goddamn land, all this type of shit. What are you talking about? We didn't take the trip to Oklahoma. There's only how many people took the Trail of Tears? They had like millions of people was, oh my God, oh, hey, bring my slaves. Get the fuck, y'all are the dumbest motherfuckers ever. You be in this place, but you got slaves. And then, guess what? You let the slaves go outbuild you. You stay in some teepees. Get the fuck out of here. Oh, guess what? Oh, the slaves got reparations and got land, right? But you didn't. You got a reservation, right? Fuck out of here, man.
Hey, Chief, ain't it funny
bro.
how the so-called slaves and the indigenous people were both allegedly so primitive that they could not even create anything? Like, I just find the correlation between the so-called slave off the boat and the indigenous people so similar that one has to like at least acknowledge the similarities in between the two. Like, I don't understand how people in 2019 is still calling themselves African. I mean, it's like a choice at this point. Now, if you want to call yourself an African, that's cool. But if you call me an African, I might roundhouse your ass.
Straight facts, bro. Like, even if you call an African a person that's from the continent, they know who they, bro. Listen, the most fucked up thing that they could do to us, right? Like, when Ethiopians, like they got like an Ethiopian sector here, right? You know what I'm saying? They got a few restaurants and clubs and stuff like that, right? Right? See how this work? Shout out to Queen of Sheba, right? And what's so crazy is, right? They don't consider themselves African American. They go under the Ethiopian Americans if they naturalize here and become American. Togoan Americans, Malian Americans, so Egyptian Americans, so on and so on and so. I don't know what the fuck's going on. So how do we become African Americans? And then the people who literally come from Ghana are not African Americans. Do y'all see how dumb this is? Like, for real, we can't take these arguments into 2020. It's just dumb. Like, for real, at this point right now. But for Puffy, right, to be as rich as he is, why are you still begging? I mean, I really need to know this. Like,
that's what a house nigga always got to do, Chief.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all can come over here with us, and all we need is the content. We'll push the numbers to get to do what we got to do, right? Say that word. I don't understand this. And then also we streaming in countries and things. Well, we ain't gonna get into that. But this is what it's about, though, man. Like, we got to stop being so stupid. And when we, as a person who doesn't have hundreds of millions of dollars at my disposal, right? When I see niggas that got that and they still on their knees, bro, I don't know what to say, fam. At this point, Puff, they coming for you, dude. If you don't know nothing else, they are coming for you. So you might as well let your motherfucking nuts hang. They're coming. They're coming.
And guess where he gonna come running back to, limping?
Not over here. Take that twinkle toes.
I'm gonna look like I don't even see you. I don't even see you.
They got people come from Bill Cosby. They came from all these people. They're coming for you. Anything that you have ever done in the past, they coming. So at this point, if I was y'all, I would let my nuts hang, for real, bro. I wouldn't, like I be strategic. Like Kaepernick, he's not strategic. Puffy's rich. He's wealthy, y'all. Like, he has generational wealth. Like, this makes no sense. Why would, like, bro, like, listen, can't nobody tell me nothing right now, right? Y'all remember that Kanye song? Man, wait till I get my, bro, it's over. Bro, it's
over, Chief.
Bro, it's over. Wouldn't be no talk. It wouldn't be no talk. We'll be setting up shit everywhere. We setting up shop everywhere. And anybody, bro, I put this on Sweet Baby Jesus. Anybody fuck with anything we were trying to do, they'll be out of there. No problemo. No problemo. That's how they work. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? They're coming. No matter what you say, they're coming for your empire. They might do, okay, we're gonna let them get as much as we can get, then we're gonna come get him. They're coming. Yep. They're coming.
Here come an old rape case.
Hey, y'all see what's on the chat right there?
Who? What'd you say?
Look at what Kurimeo got on the chat, man. That Jamal Al-Din Al-Hagan. Afghan.
Yeah. So it says that the Drew family has settled in Newark, New Jersey, where they are said to have met and studied with the master Arab Jamal al-Din Afghan, who visited the United States in the winter of 1882-1883. The Druze were not only initiated into the Salafaya Afghani's political reform movement, but also into the Brethren of Purity. The Ikhwan al-Safi, the Brethren of Purity, was a 10th century group of philosophers in Iraq who seem to have been influenced by both Hellenistic mystery religions and Ismaili gnosis, as well as the Neoplatonism. All right, so the thing about this, I did some digging on this dude, and if you just Google this dude's name and you put Blavatsky, Aleister Crowley, you're gonna see how many people went and studied under this dude, and then you're gonna see what these people did in their lives and where they went and how they created their own. Just like Drew Ali went to the States, this wasn't a mistake. This wasn't coincidence. Didn't just happen like out of the blue. Who financed him to go to Egypt and go get trained by this adept and taught by this adept Jamal,
The Fed.
whose AKA's name is Serapis Bey.
Did you say Sharpens Bay?
Yeah,
Wow.
That sound like somebody you was just talking about, don't
That is.
yeah,
Is this Aleister Crowley's master teacher too?
yeah, exactly. Let me show you. That's what I'm saying.
it? Who is known as Sarabbis?
Yeah, I was trying not to do this to a
The
girl,
dude
man.
Jamal,
I
the
really
dude
was.
named Jamal.
Yeah, the master magician.
Was not Sarabbis a character in the
Right,
Bible as well?
that Drew
Yeah,
said.
that was the first Christ.
He was a magician too, y'all. By the way, I just wanted to
Yeah,
put
that
that.
was one of the Jesus. The original Jesus was Serapis. The first Christians were worshiping Serapis, who came out of Egypt, because that's Apis the bull. That was Thoth. So it just became
Yeah.
Serapis, but that was Apis the bull from Egypt.
That's what I was just saying. You just said that. I was like, damn, hold on.
See how all they foreign shit coincides with a lie and shit.
Of
Yeah, so
course.
I'm going to read another book. It's called Transhumanism, The History of Dangerous Ideas. It says, according to historian K. Paul Johnson, one of Blavatsky's ascended masters would have been Jamal ud-Din Afghan. Same dude, right, who was purported leader of a similarly named order, the Hermetic Brotherhood of Luxor. Now, we had Canaan Land more earlier talking about Hermetics, and that's what I was trying to point out. Like, okay, so you repping Hermetic Brotherhood, like, that's not something you rep. Like, that has nothing to do with us, man. And if you see who really was into that, you see Aleister Crowley, Blavatsky, all these people were in that same order or lodge, secret society.
The oppressors.
That's what I'm saying. This is by design. Of course, it would have been easier in the 1920s to come when we don't got no info, no libraries, nothing to go to verify anything, for somebody to come and say, yo, you guys are all Moors. We're the ancient Moabites.
Hey man, you know what? It's something that's even simpler to just kill all they talk, period, man. Why in the fuck would goddamn Marcus Garvey be his foreman or forefront man? And
Yeah,
he be talking about trying to take people back to Africa, and you talking and
yeah.
Noble Drew Ali pretending to talk about keeping people here.
So, yeah, I mean, Marcus Garvey was a Prince Hall Mason. I believe Marcus Garvey was a descendant of the originals who came with the Spaniards, took over. He was
Yep.
from a wealthy family. You see, he's all over the coins in Jamaica. He's a hero over there. But this is deep. And they call him John the Baptist in the Circle 7 Quran. They call Marcus Garvey John the Baptist because he said he was the one that said that pronounced just like John the Baptist pronounced Jesus. He pronounced Noble Drew Ali. And like I'm saying, what I'm trying to show is this is by design. People, like,
Right.
don't you see they got mad Masonic symbols and stuff? Like, wake up, man. So you repping Masons? Like
It ain't prophet, ain't
Told him that, bro.
prophesying.
He told him about the swords over the head, all that, man. They were doing the same thing as they masters. Niggas was eunuchs, bro.
Yep.
They were eunuchs. Like, so they couldn't have sex or nothing. Just fucking slaves, warriors. Y'all ever seen that joint come on HBO with the dragons and shit? Fuck is that called? Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones, yeah.
Game of Thrones. Y'all remember the warriors, the brothers? That was the warriors for them. Eunuchs, all of them. One of them had a girlfriend and everything. They could just lay there and shit, like, hold me. Fuck out of here, man. A
Look at
scarring,
the, look at the
night
word ascension.
all that shit.
Caramel.
That shit is no. It's no. Now I'm not.
Caramel. Go back to the word ascension under there you was looking at.
Masons are into civic. Masons are into civic. Shriners are into civics, and we call y'all baby Shriners. Don't be mad. Y'all got the same hat. They gonna ask me what a chicken is. I'm in your hat. Fuck you. Nigga, you got
See, Chief. Hey, Chief.
spit the bones back in the hat, nigga. Fuck is you
Hey,
talking
Chief, look at the screen.
I can't see it. It's little as fuck. But some rappers, man, I can see some rappers, man. Oh, hey. Oh my god.
But look what it's saying there. It says it's
bad.
considered to be an ascended master.
Oh my
So
god.
that was his AKA. The real dude's name was Jamal. The dude we just read about, Afghani. That was his alias, Serapis Bey. Sometimes written as Serapis, is regarded as Theosophy as being one of the masters of ancient wisdom, and in the Ascended Master teachings is considered to be an Ascended Master and member of the Great White Brotherhood. He is regarded as the Shohan, Lord of the Fourth Ray. W.C. Beater wrote that Henry Steele Cole was given occult training by Serapis Bey when his own master Monria was unavailable. A series of letters of occult alleged to be from Serapis encouraging occult to support Blavatsky in the founding of the Theosophical Society were published in the book Letters from the Masters of Wisdom.
Ooh. Oh.
Right, and it says in this other book, it says Serapis Bey, or possibly his son Tweety, drew some water from their supply. Oh, hold on, let me see.
From his feet.
So we got an APB out on Serapis Bay, goddamn it. Who
Yeah,
is his
so
master teacher?
Jamal Aldean, nigga. Oh my god.
yeah, so it says Blavatsky also came into the orbit of two individuals who combined an interest in Freemasonry and esotericism with radical politics: the Sufi and Islamic modernist Jamal ad-Din Afghani, and the Jewish Egyptian playwright James Anua, who Johnson cast in the role of two of Blavatsky's masters.
Wow.
All right.
Jamal Afghani.
It's all bad, y'all. It's all bad. I tried to tell him, man, stop it. Leave it alone.
That's the master teacher right there.
Yeah, that's their master, ascended master, the living ascended master. That's why they went to Egypt and they went to the Luxor Brotherhood. You know, the Hermetics, Hermes, Thoth, Hermes. That's all hijack, man. Because Thoth is the hijack, man. He's the jackal.
If you could put it up on the screen, that'd be dope. They can't see the screen. They just see this man.
Oh, you want to see his face? Yeah, show his face.
No. Yeah, we want to see his face too. But
Damn right we want to see this nigga.
nah, the
Yeah,
people
watch.
in the chat room can't see because
Where he at?
We got an APB out on him because I bet
wow.
if you look
The
through,
punch him in his face.
Nigga, Spark, Muhammad's cousin, nigga. Watch.
There you go.
Oh yeah, I could
oh
punch him in his
my
face.
God.
Wow. He's the real Moor.
Oh my God.
It's more.
That's a real Moor.
Hey, he got the turban on too. He chilling like, what's up?
He looked like he ready to blow some shit up right now, nigga.
I got 16 pounds me right now. I will blow everybody up.
Or he had a 7-Eleven. Goddamn taking change for gas, nigga. I can't.
No, he got a 12 gauge single shot up under that clock he got on.
Oh shit, you know who he looked like for real? He looked like that nigga Gorilla Hebrew. Y'all know who Gorilla Hebrew is?
With the ICKU or whatever. The Hebrew dudes.
Wow.
Yeah, he looked like Gorilla Hebrew, man.
Oh, okay. So now we know that's another invasion too.
Of course, bro. We kept telling him from day one, like, what does he talk about? And then these niggas had the nerve to be talking about the peace and friendship treaty. I'm like, yo, okay, we working. This doesn't apply to you. How would it apply to you and your ancestors?
Hold on. Go back down a little bit. Let's see him with his hair cut off, shaved up.
Yo, that makes crazy sense. Cause if you look at him, right, and then you look at listen. If you look at him, and then you look at all the current invasion that's coming over here right now, who is the most people? What they look like that's coming over here right now. I don't know where y'all
Jamal,
at, but
They-
goddamn, where I'm at,
That's
they
why. That's
these
why. That's why they want that.
refugees.
Look,
Look, listen, wait, refugees. They look kind of like Jamal.
wow.
I'm telling you, man. Listen, people be sleeping on Trump, man. Trump want the wall built because he didn't already seen by facial recognition by them international cameras on the highways. A lot of people look like them right there in those groups that was coming here. A lot of them, and they was strapped. I guarantee you.
Wow. That's crazy. I told y'all I'm gonna stop playing.
Say,
Hold on. Is
Jamal,
this why? Is this why
hey,
those? Is this why those who look like Jamal keep coming over here trying to blow shit up?
yeah.
Man, I don't know about that part of it. I don't them niggas is cool when they get over here. They're not tripping. There's too many of them for them to be tripping. It's impossible to like. Come on, bro. It's impossible. How big is just New York alone?
No,
Okay?
pay attention. It's a plan why a
They
lot
will
of them are
stop
here.
your ass all day, right? And these motherfuckers is doing the most. Hey, think about think about this, right? Most cops been in the military, National Guard or something. They sent their ass to Iraq. They done got into shootouts with these people, all type of shit, right? Y'all follow me? Afghanistan for years, different tours going back and forth, all this shit, right? They finally come on, whatever, and then you would think when they get here, you know what I'm saying? They'll be pulling them over, pull their bins over, pull that 550 over, buddy. What you doing in there? You know what I mean? What you got in here? You would think that would be happening. It's not. They're not having these type of
They
conversations.
protected under the treaty, Chief.
They're so happy. You know what I'm saying? Living the American fucking dream. How?
That's because look, they protected under the treaty.
Yep,
That's
that,
who the
that
people. That's the
Morocco
people who
treaty.
protected. And I won't saying like they come over here and blow shit up. I'm saying these are the same people that always be warned with the United States government or the other world powers and shit.
Not over here.
It's
They not.
not over here, but I'm saying historically and in the Middle East and shit. Like it's like the U.S. government ain't honoring their treaty and shit to a certain extent, or at least they feel like they not, and this is why they got a problem with it with the United States.
Wow. How you say?
They wars be fake.
Wow.
Yeah, I forgot to mention. Anu told me. Yeah, Anu has a lot of knowledge in all this stuff, man. He stays quiet because he ain't trying to, bash anybody or trying to, but he knows a lot of this stuff. Darwin actually was with this same dude, Charles Darwin.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. It's
Yeah,
all
all
bad.
these people. Yeah, all these people, man.
It's all bad, man. Crawley, L. Ron Hubbard, all of them, man.
If you just say
All
them
of them.
two, and
All of them.
then your leader, you fucked up.
But they all had the same master teacher. That's where it all went fucked up. Because this right here, what he's showing is exposing all of the fuckery.
Yeah, that was gonna be my next video, but I'm not here to bash fucking more. I don't want. I want to get to real fucking info.
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
Fuck that. We're protecting our ancestors, yo. This is an identity theft again. That's why the census is coming around, bro. This is all planned.
Ancestral treason. That's what
Yep.
I like to call it.
Right. Told y'all.
This is
Put
the new
put some
land grab.
respect. Put some respect on our motherfucking name, like
That's all
Chief
they
said.
gotta do. They ain't gotta do nothing else but that. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, man, they haven't even explained these bones. Right? Why are we still talking? Like we have bones, we have mummies, we have temples, we have way more shit. So they'll come here. It'd be like two temples over there, two temples in Morocco. They come over here. Well, it's called Morocco now. And they go over here and be like, well, we got thousands of shit over here. Oh, it's just like over there. Nah, nigga, that's little over there. We're bigger than everything. We're grander than everything.
Yeah.
Greece ain't got shit. I think they got one fucking pyramidal structure in Greece. One.
Yeah.
What?
And him setting up the shop in Chicago is significant because Chicago has a major role in the whole hijack. I mean, just today, if you look at the University of Chicago, that's where the dude, Keats, with the DNA, and all those dudes are all Pan Africans. Aleister Crowley had his a center there in Chicago where the whole eugenics movement kind of originated. with him and his boys Darwin and Darwin's cousin that started eugenics. I forgot his name, but
That dude
yeah,
Ricky Cato and his business, they started that DNA shit over there in Chicago too.
yep,
That DNA shit, that fake shit that people be getting ordering and shit, that
Look at the social engineering experiment they doing in Chicago with the inner cities and shit and the youth. Like
yep.
it just it's, it looks all bad.
it's a different type of it ain't even a chessboard, it's more like checkers. Cause you gotta think of it. Why would they be dropping off boxes of guns with ammo and all that shit? They actually got cameras up to just sit back and watch it. Just like that, you said, what was that, Game of Thrones? It's a lot of movies they made with these cameras turned on people having to survive and fighting for their lives to survive. They doing the same shit in reality. And this police chief that's colored all up in the office knowing what's going on, they ain't finna say shit.
Yo, Ty Data.
They say the truth is weirder than fiction, bro.
Yeah, that's why people are scared of the truth because they comfortable with the lie.
Man.
He's from Hindu.
Yeah,
Look where he's from, though. It says a Hindu Muslim unity in India. He's one of them Hindusteins.
yeah. He's from over there, those areas, Pakistan and all that, Persian and all that.
Wow. Oh, that goes back to the story about the story about the 200 American Indians that killed the fuck out of them Persians. You heard about that? That's where they influenced the movie 300 off of an ancient American Indian war story. We're over there by fucking in between Virginia, Delaware, up in that area, man. 200 American Indians, man, fought off thousands of goddamn them pale-face invaders and other nations. It said other nations, which means that it entitled them the pale-face. It was pretty much saying it was a lot of different other breeds that looked like us, but they are, we know who you are. If you come to our motherfucking set, you don't dress like us, we know you ain't from there.
Man, listen, yeah. Yeah, man, I do. I would like to get into some information. When we talk about this whole 1492 time period or whatever, right? Um, I mean, Europe was still cosmopolitan. Like, you know what I mean? When I mean cosmopolitan, people wasn't tripping. Like your ass, you could be a slave off of many things, and color wasn't the basis of it. That's new. That's a storyline that they're pushing to continue their power over the majority of the people on the planet. A minority of people on the planet, right? Could right? Okay, perfect example, right? We talk about the people over there right now on the continent of so-called Africa are fighting for their independence. How are you fight for your financial independence? Meaning that any that they have their own central bank and their central bank is not in France or in Belgium. You understand what I'm saying? These are ripple effects. These conversations are waking people up around the world, y'all. So we have to continue to do our job. We have some fools in office, right? When I was talking about Trump earlier, like he's really going in on these people, bro. Like it sounds crazy. I'm talking about he's calling them sick. This shit's crazy, yo. Like what's going on? And while they talking about impeaching him, he got his people investigating everybody and trying to lock everybody up, bro. And a lot of dirt is coming
Trump
out.
is calling
Trump,
out, man.
Trump know a lot of stuff, like the whole
Trump
Epstein,
is calling out. He's trying to get our assistance, man.
bro. I think we was been sold a negative bill of goods. You know what I'm saying? Like we got to stop pushing the black white card. That's not gonna work. You know what I'm saying?
Nope. In order to get back into our correct status, we're gonna have to deal with the pale face in order to establish ourselves, man. And people, no matter how they try to beat around the bush, when it comes to you being with title deed or an allotment or any of that, it comes to documents dealing with the black and white. Even if you're not talking about the people, you're talking about paperwork. It's black and white.
I mean, yeah, that's pretty much it though. You know what I'm saying? But we got beat with the pencil, so that's another thing too. You know what I'm saying? Like that pen is mightier than the sword at this point.
Hell yeah.
Like think about it. Like we can handle a sword. We see what that's like, but a psychological thing, like the books, like people dogma of books, like books. You need a book, and then we pull out books. Oh well, not that book. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Like it's just too much, man. We have overwhelming evidence. Period. Indisputable, overwhelming evidence, and evidence is what you need. So when we ask somebody about the evidence that they Africans, right? You know, they say, "Oh, my hair looks like African, or it's coiled up, or it's no, it doesn't. You don't see nobody over there that has hair like ours. Do they even have braids? Do they rock dreads over there? Like I need to know. Like I really need to know this. Like we really need to know these questions to these answers. And if you can't say yes, they don't grow afros and they don't grow locks, then why are you saying that your hair is African? Like I really need to know this. And like you know what's so crazy? These people will come here and set up braiding shops. Like they the best braiders on the planet. Like I think
Yeah, Chief. And you know what they doing? They snatching our women's edges right up out their shit and
fact.
taking them back to Africa.
But not only that, the synthetic hair kills the motherfucking natural oil that's in our people hair, and that's causing it to break off and fall out anyway.
Right. So they got our women, got them hair breaking off, edges gone. Who they begin to look like, y'all?
Evidence say Africans braid the best. I beg to
Man,
differ.
they braid too tight, man. That shit be too tight, man.
Snatching the motherfuckers soul out, boy. Yeah. Nah, but yeah, they're expensive too, man. That's a fact. But braids, that's all shit though. You know what I'm saying? So they braid the tightest.
Tight ain't always good for you.
That's
They
fact.
pulling your shit back where you can't even fucking think.
Right. That's a fact, yo. So um yeah, and basically, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't know if that's what they rock over there. Do they have beauty warehouses over there? They better not let them Asians come over there and do what they doing over here, man. They better not do that. I know they be buying skin bleaching cream and all this dumbass shit. I even seen a tub. Now they got this tub. You get in this like little tub, and then they just run this little thing over you, and it literally was taking the, the carbon, the pigment out this sister's body. The before and after is crazy, y'all. Like it definitely doesn't
You
look like.
mean you mean melanation because melanation is of color and pigmentation is opposite.
Say that again.
Melanation is of color or of nutrient color and pigmentation is opposite.
Hot Lava said Nipsey Hussle's braids were symbolic of Emperor Layla Bella of Ethiopia. Bro, bro, listen, I don't even know what to say, man. Like, first
How
off,
can you attest a braid to a
Nipsey
particular
Hussle
person?
is an American Aborigine. First off, let's be clear. Okay, his mama's from here. Okay, so
No,
we
no,
we know
no,
that Haile
no.
Selassie wasn't 100% what I want to say us. He's mixed. Why y'all be acting so slow sometimes, man? I really need to know this. I need to know this. I don't be wanting to like I need to know this. For real. I need to know why y'all so goddamn slow. Like for real. Why would you say anything about some hair? Any of that. Like it doesn't that's not even if it was one emperor over there with his hair braided, guess what he was emulating us. They don't braid their hair like that over there. Sorry. So that's just facts. I don't care what nobody say. Niggas be tripping. Mixed with what? Crackers. You see that crack ass nose he had? Say he wasn't mixed with crackers, bro. That nigga was a Zionist, Kabbalist. Bro, y'all need to do more research. Stop talking, bro. What the fuck does Haile Selassie got to do with us here in America? I need to know. Please explain to me.
Nothing.
I'm waiting. I'm trying to wait. Because you said Africa don't have braids, fool. Bro, listen, man. It's all we not okay. Okay. I got you. So African. So is he Ethiopian or is he African? Is he not mixed? Or was these people the person that you're talking about, the emperor that you're talking about, was he mixed? Yes or no? Was he a Nubian? No. So who was he mixed with? Oh, the Italians. Oh, okay. Who's anointing him as emperor and all these things? Who's doing this? Who did it? Who put him in? Y'all gotta do some goddamn research, bro. Stop being so slow. For real, for real. Like that's craziness to me. Like it don't make no sense. And the only thing you're gonna say is he had braids like Nick Young. Fuck out of here.
Yeah, and you can you can see Marcus Garvey repping him too, getting people to rep him too, just like he got people to rep Noble Drew Ali.
Just another agent.
Yep.
He said you a newbie. Wow. I'm a newbie guy.
So I just want to read this because I'm at the Moorish Science Academy .org website,
Wow.
just so you can see that they link it up to themselves. So it says in Egypt during the mid 1800s, Madame Blavatsky studied Sufism, Coptic Christianity, and the Druze order, which she described as a last survival of archaic wisdom, claiming to be the student of her master Serapis Bey. While in Cairo, Madame Blavatsky met Jamal al-Din Afghani, an outstanding Muslim thinker, radical political leader, and Sufi teacher. She was also traveled widely, often in Muslim dress. All right, so they linked that up in their website. And then it says, early in the 20th century, Noble Drew Ali, born Timothy Drew, the self-taught son of former black slaves, took a job as a merchant seaman and found himself in Egypt. According, right? To one legend, Noble Drew Ali traveled around the world before the age of 27 in an effort to discover all he could about the heritage of his people and the tenets of Islam. It is commonly believed he received a mandate from the King of Morocco to instruct black Americans in Islam. At the Pyramid of Cheops, he received initiation and took the Muslim name Sharif, Noble Abdul Ali. In America, he would be known as Noble Drew Ali. On his return to the United States in 1913, he founded the Moorish Science Temple to uplift fallen humanity by returning the nationality, divine creed, and culture to persons of Moorish descent in the Western Hemisphere.
God damn, Kurimeo, you just left a whole lot of more scalps on the goddamn floor. Let me kick a
This is
couple
on
of
their
them over.
website though, bro. This say
Hold on,
website.
hold on. But you said something right there, right? So wait. So you just said a whole lot right there. Can you just like go back a little bit more, like just a little bit, and just read that back because there was a lot of goddamn scalps on the table right there. And I just want you to read it and let me stop you for once when you get to a specific point. Ask you a question.
The Noble Drew part?
Yeah, where he
Yeah,
when he got
so
back
yeah.
to America, he
Well, I got some in my videos. I did a little bit more digging. So they say he took a job as a seaman, but actually, in the real census military card, where he's named Timothy, no, Thomas Drew, he was actually in the military, and that's why he was traveling the world. Not, he wasn't just like he took a
so
job,
he was like a merchant marine or something. Or
something like that.
would that be where he got the term Moor from, or the title Moor?
Well, when he went to Egypt, yeah, that's where they gave him the. He went into the. What says here he went to the Pyramid of Cheops. Like on a more deeper story, it says that he went there. He met this dude Jamal because they say a master adib of an ancient Egyptian cult. That's what they say in this other book. They blindfolded him. They did an initiation, and then when he survived or whatever, he found his way back. they allowed him into the secret society, which was that Hermetic Brotherhood of Luxor, all that. And then right after that, he became noble Drew Ali, and it tells you straight up the king of Morocco instructed him or gave him a mandate: go teach Islam to the Black Americans.
Wait a
And I
minute,
also
man.
read,
You sound like you made it seem like he just survived the whole eyes wide shut type of moment and then came
of
back.
course,
That
man.
sound like
This is how they do it, man. They do rituals, initiations, and everything, man.
you said he left and went and then he survived and came back noble Jew. Like, it was some booty bumping in that motherfucker. He came back teaching Islam. I'm done.
Yeah, man, it's all bad, y'all. It's all bad, man. Shout out to Executive Sessions and Yeshua Hebrews in the building, man. Play nice. Oh, how long
So that makes sense though. So he became a merchant marine or a seaman. He was indigenous. So he was indigenous when he left here, but then he became a merchant marine, which we know the term Moor was identified as someone who travels the seas, went to Egypt, got booty bumped, came back, and told all the indigenous people
Well,
that they were Moors.
see, the more story is that he ran away from his evil aunt, right? And like in another thesis that this dude wrote for his college, University of California, is that he basically what should I call it? He went to Egypt, got initiated, um, came back, and right away, started the Moorish Science Temple in Jersey. He called it the Canaanite Temple actually, and then he went to Chicago and did the Moorish Science Temple.
You said it.
Before he went to Chicago, he was doing the Canaanite Temple with another dude, Suleiman, another Arab dude who was actually sponsoring and paying people to come here. Like they had movements to come and spread Islam over here. They were financing people to come over here. And I honestly think that he could be like an indentured servant from Europe, like one of the black people that came from Europe, because his story is just like he was known to be with the Ishmaelites, the tribe of Ishmael. These tribe of Ishmael were basically European indentured servants. They were pale, most of them were pale, and a lot of them became the Melungeons. A lot of them became the Melungeons. Even Abraham Lincoln comes out of that. Elvis Presley and all that. So I mean, you got to really dig into his story because it's not it's all conjecture. They're saying, oh, he might have did this, he might have been a slave, or his parents they adopted him. There's so many stories that somebody's fucking covering up something.
Do they have his bones or know where
I
they at?
I don't know.
Because at this point, I'm trying to figure out did he exist or not. I don't know nothing about nothing at this point, man.
No, not even the Moors. I'm trying to tell you. They're telling me to go read his books, and I'm reading from the Circle 7 Quran. That's his book.
And he told you he got his shit from Jamal and them.
His master adept, yup, in Egypt.
So Jamal and them done did an initiation. I'm assuming this ain't like no blood gang initiation where you shoot your 31s with like 4 dudes and
It's a
then you in.
Masonic initiation.
Yeah,
Hey,
and then
my
he comes
question
back and create a temple.
does this order that Noble Jew Ali got accepted in, does it still exist? And can we?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. It's it became basically they're known as the Shriners. They're known as the Egyptian Shriners today.
You know what's crazy? I actually saw some Shriners yesterday doing like a barbecue or something with the fire department and shit in the damn shopping center. Like what the fuck?
So is a Shriner a secret society? Yes or no? I mean, that's a secret society, man. And since when
Absolutely.
has that been cool?
So like I tell
All
them, man, they just be like the workers, the you know what I'm saying? Like just like the say the black masons are workers for the white masons. Let's just be clear, right? They can't even go in their damn shrine. It's just crazy. I wouldn't want to be a part of no organization like that. Period. Dot. Nothing. Don't put me as a little brother when we are the givers of civilization. We are the greatest. Why would I put myself under anybody? That's dumb as fuck to me. I'm coming from
Yeah,
out, bro. So I don't know
and
what y'all
like
going on.
yeah, knowing all this stuff, that's why when I hear like oh and little Andalusia and oh we had mosques here and everything, it's just like people trying to take the narrative and just like I don't know if it's just from not knowing information or just because you want to believe in something so bad. I don't know, but
Right.
it's just it just shows me that people really don't do research. They just go with whatever they hear, and if they like something they hear, they run with it, and that's it.
nah, they get that fez and they flip it over and they sit beside the master's table and wait for a chicken bone to fall on that motherfucker.
Yeah, that's messed up. Hey, Lotus, you still there? Lotus, no, he out of there. It's 11 o'clock.
So yeah, my battery's about to die in my laptop, so any moment. So if I
Right, man. We definitely appreciate you coming out, bro. A lot of great information. I don't think they're gonna be able to come back from Jamal. So it's all bad. Bad, it's all bad, y'all. Like I really, like, if y'all don't really understand, like we've been trying to warn them. Like, listen, no matter what the situation is, right? You always, they like to always like when somebody says something about the Nation of Islam, they be like, well, no, Elijah Muhammad was was in the Moorish Science Temple. I be like, well, how long? He was also in the UNIA.
yep
Okay, he was also a member of the church and so on and so forth. But that doesn't mean that he wasn't indigenous to this land. So when
yeah
when you start getting into Elijah Poole's history and his people, where they come from, you know what I'm saying? And that doesn't go back to Africa. These systems are to take us away from our land spiritually. You
yeah
praying to Mecca and not in Chicago or Detroit. You know what I'm
yeah
saying? You praying over there. You sending all your
yeah.
spiritual energy over there, and then they tell you, "Oh, you're not really a Muslim unless you make the fucking pilgrimage." Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, just one more thing I want to say before my battery dies. People say that Drew Ali was the first person to tell people that they're not Negro, black, or colored, but that he was the only one, the first one saying that. But how can you say that? You're saying none of the ancestors ever said, "Yo, I'm not a Negro, I'm a Shawnee." Yo, I'm not a Negro, I'm a Jamasi. Are you saying nobody ever told anybody, "Hey, I'm not a Negro, I'm a tribe, I'm an Indian, American Indian, Aboriginal"? He wasn't the only person. He just had a lot of influence and power, and it was by design. That's all I want to say.
Christopher Stanback said we need a secret society. The problem is with niggas, they can't keep it secret.
It'd be like George Bush when they asked him about it. He'd be like, he get to looking around like, wait a minute. If I even acknowledge what you're saying, then that would mean it's not a secret. You know what I'm saying?
Right? They just give you the far away look, like they don't know what is going on right now.
Like look at you like, what? What are you asking me this? What is going on? I can't tell you that. Even John Kerry, him like that, man. They all, bro. But this is what I'm saying. So then you get all these little side groups that pay homage, and it all goes back, man. Once you start going back and you be like, wait a minute. You got to get to the origin of everything. You can't just be like, no, no, no. You know what I'm saying? Now, my only thing is though, right? Now, Elijah Muhammad started. That's what's up. Started the Nation of Islam in 1930 or 33, one of the two, like maybe 30, whatever, right? But let's just say 1930, right? And then we know what was going on. Yeah, you got to say what was going on in America at that time. You know what I'm saying? So-called depression and stuff like that, and all the things that he built. You know what I'm saying? That he did with the Nation of Islam, the books and all the things, the legacy that he left, right? Now, if he had came, like, think about this, right? If you went to, he was in the Moorish Science Temple and he learned certain things or whatever, and he said, okay, that's not for me. He left, and the information that he brought, the Moorish Science Temple are not pushing that same information. You know what I'm saying? Like some of the stuff in the Supreme Lessons, was I supposed to say that? Or it's next level. It's crazy, and right. And so I've studied. I've studied Circle Seven in the '90s, and the Quran and all these different books, man. And like I said, man, like it's not even a comparison. I know people be saying certain things, but like say for instance, if he was under Noble Ali for years and some other shit or whatever, like it would be just like somebody say, man, I went to church and I done left the church. I went to the mosque. I left the mosque. I went to the temple for I got some information or whatever. But eventually, I just went off on my own and started doing my own thing. And you surpass all these groups that you were in. Let's just be clear. The leaders that came out of the spiritual system, whatever, they would say, okay, well, he came from this system right here. Well, we know where that came from. Now, when we talk about Fard Muhammad, he came from this Egyptian mystery school. Let's be clear. But he wasn't with Elijah Muhammad that long, y'all. Maybe from 30 to 33. I think that's how it went. And then he took over and he went and did his thing. You know what I'm saying? From 33 into the 70s or whatever, right? Airplanes, you know what I'm saying? All this type of stuff, they farms, that things that are still existing here to this day. The Muhammad Speaks paper, so on and so forth, right? And people don't understand how important it is to be our own media outlet. Y'all understand what I'm saying? However, like I said, I got critique for everybody. However, there's good in everything. I mean, there's good in some things. You know what I'm saying? We could take, like I said, spit out the chicken bones. You know what I'm saying? So that's the concept. So whether it came out of Circle 7, if there's good in that, we take it out of that. If we take it out of the Quran, we take some out of the Bible. I'm not tripping on that. You know what I'm saying? At this point in time, we've had so much precedence, we've had so much information that we shouldn't be confused, right? You know what I'm saying? We should not be confused in how to build and how to take the thing to the next level. And I think that we do that too much. We stuck in the past too much. Well, this is what he said then. And, you know what I'm saying? We have to start evolving and take it to the next level. And so I think that's where we at with it, y'all. Yeah, man. Hopefully, man, we don't have to have this, but I know we probably are. The Moors are hard headed. They really are.
Yeah, so I just want before I leave again, tomorrow it's actually the Feast of Intergathering. This was taken from us, labeled Thanksgiving, and became whatever. They made a holiday out of it, but it's not no white nothing. It's indigenous. They copied it. We taught them that, and Anu, he knows a lot about it. Again, it's called the Feast of Intergathering. We had this hundreds of years before they got here.
Right. So what you're saying is that the whole story that they're telling is not actually accurate. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it's false.
Okay. But we already know we already had certain things like the days of the week, so on and so forth, right? Like you said, we already had this harvest festival going. Yeah, man, I think I got an idea too for tomorrow. But anyway, yeah, I think that's very important, y'all. Like we gotta understand that everybody has tapped into our spiritual stuff. Period. And then they have figured out how to get us to participate in it. Sharpens Bay. Oh my God, this over. Sharpens, you know what I'm saying? All these people, bro. But you know what's crazy though, right? See, like when they talk about Jesus, right? I know a lot of times, they don't want to tell you that they actually, think that these people that came are Jesus. That these guys think Noble Ali Elijah Muhammad and some of the other people are Jesus.
That's
Most.
true. That's true.
Facts. I'm telling y'all, they play these games, but they don't really want to tell y'all that. They don't really believe in the Jesus of that. They talk about these men being the prophets. Like they call them the prophet, Noble Ali. And so they believe that he's Jesus. I'm telling you. If I want to ask one of them, they get on them and ask them.
They speak on them as if they is an omnipresent God too, like the honorable Elijah Muhammad. Like they speak to them like they as if they are at a God status.
But think about it though. We call each other gods though. See what I'm saying? What makes it what's the difference between us and the creator? What's the difference?
Nothing at all. I just don't understand what made their prophets prophets. You know what I'm saying? I knew these men were intelligent.
Cowboys are gonna win tomorrow. Would that make me a prophet?
And yeah,
No, it wouldn't.
it would make you a prophet to someone who wants a prophet in their life.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Somebody who got $1 million on the Cowboys to win. he might, and they win.
Who they playing anyway? The Detroit Lions at that game?
I ain't watched no football, so I have no idea.
Yeah, man. I mean, I gotta confess to y'all, man. I'm terrible about this, but for some reason, y'all, like I still have a thing for the Dallas Cowboys. You know what I'm saying? Like from being a little boy, you know what I'm saying? This is America's team. You know what I mean? Like I didn't grow up in Texas, but we see the games and just see, this is America's team. You know what I'm saying? And this is like one of the biggest franchises on the planet. You know what I'm saying? And no matter how you want to root against them, deep down inside you still be like, it's America's team. You want them to win. You know what I'm saying? I do not like the Patriots. I respect them, but I do not like them. So, yeah.
But as long as I've been alive, Chief, Cowboys been ass.
What'd you say, bro?
As long as I've been alive, the Cowboys have been ass.
Well, you're a '90s baby though, so you don't know nothing about the three Super Bowls in the '90s. I think they ain't had none since. It was the '90s. So yeah.
Last time I seen the Cowboys bumping, they had Dion and Emmett and Troy.
Prime time. It's one of my favorite players of all time, man. Dion's a beast. He could probably still go out there and be better than 90% of the cornerbacks out there, man. Dion's just a monster, y'all. He was just super, super crazy. Yo, so let me ask y'all a question, right? Now they having a debate. I know this is kind of off the subject, y'all. I'm crazy. But they're having a debate right now whether or not Lamar Jackson, right, is faster than Michael Vick. Well, he might be faster now, but when Michael Vick was playing. Anybody weigh in on that? Like people are literally saying, yeah, Lamar looks fast.
I mean, I seen him. Whew. He looked fast now.
Fast. Like Mike Vick he was like a 4.3 or something like that. He was like something crazy like that in the 40s. You know what I mean? But this dude, man, God, it looks like my eyes tell me like he's moving super fast, bro. Like he's running, like people got angles, bro. He just runs, like you beat the angles and everything, bro. Like he's super fast. Like everybody else is super.
Yeah, he got niggas running into each other. I seen some highlights of him and shit.
Whoa.
He's stupid with it.
Man. So yeah, man, I definitely wish him a lot of success, man. That's what it is.
Did you see that clip with your boy Mark Ingram talking about big trust?
What'd he say?
He was talking about Lamar Jackson. He was at the press conference. He was like, "Yeah, this the leader for the MVP, Lamar Jackson. Anybody got something to say about it? Come see me. I'm about that. Meet me right outside the bank. Big trust. Whoop whoop." That nigga had the crazy eyes with it, bro. You gotta go watch that shit. It was funny as hell.
Like a beast right now too, man. So I gotta shout out to Mark Ingram, man. He's definitely doing his thing. I don't know, man. Like the Ravens looking good. They looking good. They not gonna lose to the Patriots. I'm sorry. So they make it to the AFC Championship against the Patriots. It's gonna be a wrap. My Chiefs is out of there. It's over. It's not gonna work. Oh, who's that got Kareem Hunt? Is that is Kareem Hunt?
Cleveland.
He was,
Cleveland.
he was, see, this is what I be talking about right here, right? See, a football coach, right? A head coach, right, is a motivator, right? He is not necessarily an X and O caller because you have offensive coordinator, you have defensive coordinator, you have all these position coaches. He's the guy that's just, he knows everything that's going on, you know what I'm saying? He's facilitating stuff, but he's the motivator. Jason Garrett's garbage, basically, right? Garbage. And that's just the difference, man, for a coach to get not only just the X's and O's part of it, right? But just to be able to motivate men. You know what I'm saying? Especially men that make a lot of money. Some of them make more money than the coach. But to be able to motivate them to be their best, because everybody in the NFL is great. Or let's say good. You know what I'm saying? Let's be clear. Everybody's good. But in order to tap into that greatness, you know what I'm saying? Like it's certain coaches, man, that just can do that better than other coaches. That's just what it is. Freddie Kitchen, man, he can go. Like you got all this talent with the Cleveland Browns or whatever, and you can't put it together, bro. That's the problem. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with Jason Garrett. Somebody said that Bill Belichick had the same team that Jason Garrett had with the Cowboys with all that talent, offense and defense. He would put it together. That's a fact. Jason Garrett can't do that. To me, I'll make a quick decision. I would have fired him a long time ago. You're not winning right now. Like we don't losing is not an option. And that's how I feel, you know what I'm saying, and what we're doing. Losing nothing. No, we're not giving them first downs, nothing. You know what I'm saying? Nothing. Y'all ever played a game like that, whenever the other team couldn't even make a first down? That happens a lot. So we gotta start balling, bro. We talking about prime time. We talking about prime time, and then there's enough. Like we gotta take this shit to everybody. So yeah, I'm with shout out to brother Jamal. I'm with the verbal declaration. I'm with the written declaration. I'm with the email declaration. Fuck ever, whatever we gotta to identify ourselves, we need to get on that. Hot Lava, you're in the chat room. I actually had you read the declaration of reclamation. Because you seem confused, because you know what I'm saying, you saying stuff we're not saying, and we put it in black and white, so to speak, so you can kind of see what we're about and what we are accomplishing. You know what I'm saying? When putting our own councils together, stuff like that with us. So people they so skeptical, but this is not gonna work, and you guys aren't doing this. Well, if you would help, right? See, that's a defeated attitude. Like you just gave up and just bent over. You know what I'm saying? And we don't do that. You're on your knees. We're not on our knees. So that's the difference. So we know we're the greatest. So that's what we strive for, bro. So, yeah. But the Cowboys, though, Ty Data, Lotus, they both out of there.
How the man with all the babies still up with everybody? I mean, these niggas sleep, but they got the babies too, though.
Oh, no, they
Tight.
playing the Bears. Uh,
Yes,
wait a minute.
over for him.
No. My bad, y'all. My bad. Damn. The Buffalo Bills are 8-3.
Yeah, I heard they was doing all right this year.
I don't know what's this going on right here. Oh no, that's the fifth. Okay. Damn. So I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. I didn't know the Bills were that good. I didn't know they had that record like that. And the Cowboys are 6-5. One they in Dallas, so that gives the Cowboys a little hope. But damn, the Bills though. Yeah, I'm still gonna go with the Cowboys because they need to win, y'all. They need to win. Um,
If Zeke don't have 100+ yards, it's over for him.
Man, if I'd have gave that guy, if I'd have gave Ezekiel Elliott the money that they gave him, he would touch the ball 30 times a game. Running.
40, nigga. 40 times, nigga.
About 40 times a game. You know, I'm going to throw it 10 times to him. I'm going to hand it off to him 30 times a game. And me as a running back, you have to get the ball and to get your rhythm, right? To you know, if you're a pounder runner, for instance, right? You got to take them, you know, put them hits on them, you know what I'm saying, to see to test their manhood, test their toughness. You see what I'm saying? They safeties, they're linebackers. You got to be just as tough as a goddamn linebacker as a running back. And then, you know, you can see the lanes. You can start wearing on them. Because now they worried about you coming through hitting them. You know what I'm saying? The same they think about them hitting you, but you on offense, right? So I just say you got to give Ezekiel Elliott the ball. Throw him some mini strings. Throw him some. Get him in rhythm. Give him the ball, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't understand what's going on, and he should be in shape by now, football shape by now. So I would give him the ball, bro. You're gonna get these 100 yards. We're gonna work off the play action off of this, and we're just gonna keep it going. Oh, and also, if they were smart, right, I would go ahead and get Antonio Brown. I'm sorry. I would. Fuck all that. Fuck the league. I'll be like, hey, whatever we gotta do, you got some fines, you gotta pay. Come on, get on out here on that right side over there. Real shit. That man would not be sitting on the sideline for nobody. Sorry. He'll be playing on my team. I give him some money. I give him what he wants. Come on, let's go. Let's win the Super Bowl. Real shit. Niggas, like they be so you see how butthurt they be? You know what I'm saying? Like they don't know how to deal with people like that. You know what I'm saying? They would just be so butthurt too. So, you know, we just gotta, I don't know, man. It's crazy. My call out there. Yeah, man. So be on the lookout for Tribe Up S&E. That's sports, news, and entertainment, man. We're gonna be getting it in, y'all. Yeah, man. My Lakers looking good. Shit, the Clippers looking good too, yo. Sheesh. They did a number on Dallas the other night. The last night, sheesh. Man, Kyrie, Kawhi Leonard, y'all. I don't know. Like, I mean, LeBron's my guy. I gotta, you know what I'm saying? Like, but Kawhi Leonard, man. Damn it, man. This dude, bro. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. It's like he's just so much stronger. You know what I mean? Like he just like he ain't even playing with men. Like he's the only man on the court sometimes, bro. I'll be like, wow. Like he just be backing him down and just he ain't got like his style ain't like, you know, he play like an old school, you know what I'm saying, player. But the dude, I don't know, defense. I don't know. That's gonna be a good matchup, y'all. Playoffs, man. When they get to that, I'm looking forward to that, y'all. Yeah, man. Shout out to everybody, man. Tuned in, man. We're gonna have to get up out of here, y'all. We've been going. I'm still tired. Taking another cat now. No gato negro. Yeah, man. But hey, Ab, you know what I'm saying? You can go ahead and go, man. I'm about to try to call Ty.
All right, peace and shout out to all the American Aborigines. Scalping season is always.
Hi, my name is Lakeisha from the Lakeisha Network. I am here to remind you to go to your Google or Apple App Store. Simply type the word LAKE SHA. And then, search to install and download the Lakeisha Alert app to stay up to date on my new superior features. Subscribe to my YouTube page, opening up your app and clicking menu. Click on the About Us tab. Try to get familiar with my software and also teach it to your loved ones. And get your household familiar with my information. It will be useful in the future. You're welcome in advance.